What up, Internet? I'm Kat, and I have dogs. Or rather, I am owned by dogs. 2 dogs to be exact. Jinx will be 7 at the end of this month. Sophie will be 2 at the end of April. I thought perhaps the subject of dogs would be appropriate for my test shoot for my shiny new Kodak PlaySport camera. Why did I get a new video camera, you might be wondering, since I was so excited about the flip camera that I got at Christmas? Let me present to you Exhibit A. This lovely work of art is compliments of one Sophie Lappy, and this is what I came home to on Tuesday. Surprise! I should probably say that Sophie is actually crate trained. Over the summer, we started leaving her out for short periods of time, gradually getting longer, so that she wouldn't have to be in her crate all day. Now, at first, things went well. We had no problems, we had no complaints, there were no accidents, no mishaps, nothing. And then with the strike and being on sick leave and going back to work, Sophie began to be a little less trustworthy being left out loose in the house. Of course, being dog people, our house is pretty much dog-proofed anyhow, but then there were things that were happening that you wouldn't think you had to dog-proof. For instance, Sophie decided to take up carpentry. 3 of the 4 corners of this table have been slightly edited by Sophie, who thought perhaps that the table that my father-in-law made us wasn't quite right yet. She also decided to change up the leg of the table a little bit. Of course, when I got home and discovered that, Sophie lost all rights to freedom and she was back in her crate, much to her chagrin. Now, last weekend, we thought we would try leaving her out again since we knew we'd be out for a couple of hours, about 3 or 4, and we left her loose in the house with Jinx, and we thought maybe this wouldn't be so bad. We came home that Sunday and nothing was wrong. Everything was perfectly fine. Now, this week was particularly rough, and Tuesday found us rushing around while we left Sophie out with Jinx. But when we returned home about 5 hours later, with both my mother-in-law and her dog in tow, what greeted us was flip camera and Muppets DVD all over the living room. Sophie can't be trusted. I'm torn between leaving dogs in a crate and leaving them loose. I mean, when Jinx was a puppy, he also went through some sort of half beaver phase. When Jinx was a puppy, he also tried to artistically alter the first coffee table my father-in-law made for us. As you can see, he did a pretty good job trying to reshape the legs of said coffee table. When he was about 1.5 to 2.5, that he began, that we were able to leave him loose, and he was very trustworthy. Of course, Jinx has always been a proper gentleman, to the point where we figure he should constantly be wearing a top hat and monocle at all times, because he is not a fan of impropriety. And for the most part, Sophie's pretty good, so we thought, hey, maybe, she's gonna be 2, maybe we can start trying to leave her loose to see what's gonna happen. Not gonna happen anytime soon, so gotta say. I mean, to the point that I even have a hashtag for Sophie on Twitter, which is #no Sophie. It sort of became a joke when we first got her because it was no Sophie to a lot of things. I'm thinking maybe we've got another year of crate training ahead of us for Sophie, but she's proven kind of repeatedly that she can't be trusted. One time in the summer, she also kind of ate our floorboards in the bedroom. I love my dogs. I would be totally incomplete without my dogs. Our lives would be incomplete without Jinx and Sophie, despite the headache of destroying electronics and other things. I'm keeping this new Kodak camera out of the reach of my little darling Sophie. And here's a question for you guys. Do you have pets? Are you dog, cat, horse, cow, teacup, pig, rat person? What I'd like to know is, what is the most amusing thing your pet has ever done? My dogs eat electronics and paper. This internet is my first ever attempt at recording something on the Kodak PlaySport, and we'll see what happens, because I've got to do a video for Wednesdays in Terabang YA channel. Bye, internet. Keep your electronics away from your pets. Oh, and super cool feature about this camera, it has a remote. So I can do this. Bye. What do you say? Oh. So no more paparazzi shots? Is that it? Okay.